Today on Geek Devotions, I'm going to be reviewing the movie Catwoman Hunted, and I'm going to discuss whether this is a film that is worth your time, worth watching, or even worth buying on Blu-ray. Maybe. Hello devoted geeks, welcome to Geek Devotions, a show that's devoted to letting you know that you are loved. My name is Kevin, and I am here to let you know that you are loved, and if you don't watch anything past this moment, you are cared for, you have a plan and purpose for your life, and I love you. I thank you because you're watching this video. Because if you didn't watch this video, then, well, I would still love you. So today I'm going to be talking about the movie Catwoman Hunted, and I have my thoughts on the movie. You know what, let me just get down to the story. I know I'm cheating on this, but I'm going to read from the back of this Blu-ray case. I can't remember that well. I have a short-term memory loss. But at least I'm dressed nice for the occasion, right? Crime never looks so good. Catwoman, aka Selina Kyle, has no qualms against risking her 9 lives when a prize like the world's most valuable emerald is a reward. But with Batwoman and Interpol maneuvering to spoil her fun, she must tread lightly, complicating the game of cat and mouse are the global crime juggernaut, Leviathan, deadly assassins, and a trial of twists and turns that may just trip up in this nefarious, something like that. Feline, suit up and steal a moment with this all-new anime-style DC movie. And that's pretty much the gist of it. If I've talked too much into the story, I'll probably be spoiling it, and I really don't want to spoil it for you, so I'm going to keep this spoiler free. Now, as I said, this movie is an anime style, so this is the anime month, so I figured why not. I'm not that much of an anime fan, but whenever there's an anime film, I am all for. TV shows, I got enough movies taking up my time. Why bother with television shows? Seriously, why? So with this movie, I'm going to have to say this is very much done in the style of Cowboy Bebop in the television show, and it is also done in the style of Lupin III and those movies. If you love those styles that has that noir jazz theme and a spy heist, this is made in that type of theme. The movie is good mostly for its storytelling, and the voices is mostly good. Along with the drawing, it is, well, mostly good. I know, I'm using that word mostly a lot, and there's a reason why I'm using the word mostly. First, let me talk about the voices. The voices in this film is actually quite fantastic, and I believed every single person that was doing the voices for this animation, or anime. Someone's probably going to kill me for saying that, anime. However, there were 2 characters I did not care for in this film, and that was their voices. It wasn't just the characters, the way how their story was inside, it was their voices. One was the voice of Batwoman, which it sounded artificial. It sounded like if a woman was trying to do a boy voice. I know the reason why they do it, trying to make it for her character of who she is, but it just didn't sound right. And the person who does the voice for Batwoman has done plenty of voices for other films and television shows, such as The Family Guy and Bob's Burgers. So why did she not do a good job of this? Maybe she was pressed for time. Maybe they didn't pay her enough. I don't know. The second one was Solomon Grundy. Now, anybody knows of the Batman universe, if there is a Solomon Grundy, his voice is very bass-like, and it has a very deep sound. This sounded like, if I was doing a deep voice like this, then I'm Solomon Grundy. See, I can't do a Solomon Grundy voice. It's not deep enough, it doesn't have enough bass. So you don't really want that inside of an anime trying to depict a great villain character. But everyone else, as I said earlier, sounds fantastic. I love the voice of Black Mask. I love the voice of the Leviathan. I'm probably saying that character's name wrong. If I am, just forgive me. And the one who does Selina Kyle Catwoman, I think she had the best voice, and I wouldn't mind listening to her voice in another Catwoman animated movie if they plan on making another one. I do not know. The other problem I have with this film, and I know this is probably nitpicking for me, but it really is a big factor into this movie. It's the pacing. For a film that is only 79 minutes, and when you add the 5-minute credit scene scroll that happens, that makes the movie only 74 minutes. 74 minutes worth of movie that I'm watching, and it's a very short movie. You want a pacing to be very fast, very well made, and have it just done right. Edits need to be cleaned up, scenes need to be thrown away, and it was just, when it hit that 1 hour mark, that was my biggest gripe, because it literally, I promise you, this movie felt like it was coming to an end. I was actually closing to an end. And then, as I was getting up, I was just like fast forwarding to the credits to see if there's anything at the end credit scene, which, just letting you know, there's nothing at the end credit scene. It was continuing. I was like, oh, wait, I gotta rewind this and play it and just keep watching. And I'm watching and I'm thinking like, how much longer is this going? And I pressed the timer and I was like, I'm only an hour and 5 minutes this side. Why does this movie look longer than it's supposed to be? Well, I'll continue watching. And it come to the second part where I think the movie's about to end. I'm like, okay. And it goes on and I'm just thinking, oh my goodness, how long is this movie? And I kept flipping the case and I'm like, it's only not even an hour and a half long and I'm already losing my patience with it. Why? Keyword, pacing and storytelling. When you have a bad storytelling that's trying to combine 3 different stories and to make it to one even length of a film, it doesn't do well. It takes a master at storytelling to help this movie flow. It didn't do that. This is my prediction. This is my guess of what happened. When they laid out the film, they told the story, they had these storyboards, and with the storyboards, they just all mixed them up and they just like messed up at the very end. They didn't know how to end the film, so instead of ending a film with a proper, lovely, good ending, they just mixed the storyboards up and tried to jam as much action as they could into the film. Now with me saying that, the best action in the movie is happening in the parts that you think the movie's about to end. Seriously, the ridiculous action happens in the first ending because it was like overkill. Now I know DC movies, animated films especially, has this type of overkill, but come on! Now for me personally, I was really excited to see this. I was really, truly anticipating on seeing this film. Reason why? Because it's set in that Batman universe where I don't have to see the Batman and the Joker for another time. I get so tired. Seriously, I get so exhausted of seeing Batman and Joker in another animated movie where they have to be somewhere inside a film. DC, you can do better. You don't need Batman and Joker in every single DC animated movie or live action movie. Let Catwoman have her own movie. Okay, you know what? That wasn't a good analogy. We already had that. Let Catwoman have a good animated movie. This movie could have did so much better and it had the potential to do it, but it didn't. It was just... it fell flat. Maybe you should have just kept it at 1 hour. If you kept it at 1 hour, I think I would have enjoyed this movie a lot better. Just had that movie at the 1 hour, switched the very last fight into what was supposed to be the very first end fight scene, and this movie would have been freaking phenomenal. I'm dead serious. They just botched it up. Another very last observation for me is that what happened at that end? Because for some reason, this movie's an anime, and the entire thing is done in fantastic action anime style with the anime side clips with the characters zooming in and out of its clips. It just had a great style, but something happened towards the end where the action scene was great, but it became very Americanized. And then it became like an anime. It's like a switch from anime to animation. Maybe it's me. Maybe I was just so picky towards the end, but it really did not feel like an anime after that hour. It's like they must have ran out of money for its budgets towards this artist. And they was like, oh, hey, we screwed up. Hire these artists and just have them quickly draw on this action scene. I don't know. It really just irks me. So, yeah. That's what I have to say about the film. Now, I will let you know about the Blu-ray if you are still a die-hard fan to be purchasing the Blu-ray. There is 2 special features in the back of this. I'm going to be honest, one of the special features is good, the other one is just complete rubbish. I was like, for a 27-minute featurette about this movie, I did not care. That's about the like half the length, a third of the length of the film. I just didn't care. Now the documentary thing they had about Catwoman, it was decent. It could have been better, but it was just another big piece of DC propaganda about advertising Catwoman, which I think everybody knows about Catwoman. But in case you don't, I guess a good documentary. I guess. And with that, again, if you're still insistent on watching this movie is rated PG-13. So if you are curious why this movie is rated PG-13, I am going to put in my Dapper Man style the rating card right here, right now, of why it's rated PG-13. This is really not a movie for little kids, so if you're thinking this is a movie for little kids, there was some subject matter that you may not be really wanting to see, have your kids see. Something like that. So that is my review. At the end, I just didn't have the fun. I didn't have the expectation that I was really desiring, and I think DC once again blew it. Thanks, DC. Grandly appreciate that. Well, that is it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and if you wish to come right over to my channel is the Dapper Man Reviews, where I do lovely, fantastic reviews of films of old and new. I am also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd for those who hate listening to my voice and doesn't like watching my dapper self, just like reading. Letterboxd is on there. I'm only 70 away from a full 1,000 on Facebook, so just go ahead and follow me there. I'm almost there. And if you do wish to, be sure to listen to the Bottom Shelf podcast, where we review such fantastic, horrible trash, or what people call horrible trash, and we watch them and we discuss if the movies are really as bad as people say they are. One of the reviews that we just did is for this movie right here, Captain America. And that is all I have to say, so hopefully I will see you around to the next video. Until then, have a lovely day. Cheers.